Well, hello, coffee time friends. It is coffee time, cook time tonight. Look here. Wonderful chicken in the pan. Mama's browning it up. And there is some mini panini. And look, that's just chicken tenders, all freshly being browned. I wanted to start over here tonight. Sorry, Mama. We're going to be making deliciousness tonight. Chicken or caprese chicken salad. Pasta. What? Wait, what? Yeah, pasta. Okay, here we go. Let's get y'all lined up here. We're going to make a wonderful balsamic glaze to go over it. So let's get that going. Are you ready? This is where we normally start, but tonight we started over there. So here is my handy dandy pan right up here, ready to go. Let's see if I can plug this in. Come on now. Mama, is this on over there? It's on your side is the on button. It's on. Just come on. Did good. So, that's what's cooking tonight. What are y'all cooking? It's Friday night. It's a holiday weekend. What y'all got going on? Okay, we're going to start out with this balsamic vinaigrette, sugar, and Mama, do we have any honey? I know we have a jar that need to be put in the microwave. Bless you, ma'am. So this is just balsamic vinegar. Let me get my measuring cup. Here we go. So what do we need? We need a half a cup. I know it's a little noisy. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. Mama, your TV's still on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll get probably written up if you hear anything on it. We don't own the rights to nothing you heard. Can you hear anything? This is a half a cup of balsamic vinegar. That's a lot, ain't it? Alright, so there's a half a cup of balsamic vinegar. Let's put it in our pan. This is not hard. Don't get ran off. Don't think, boy, that's hard. Even if it gets in your eye, don't leave. Not much. Didn't get in there. It got on my cheek. I felt it. Okay, so this is a half a cup of balsamic. I better put a little dash more because I kind of, didn't want to spill it. So that's a half a cup of balsamic vinegar. Now we're going to need our honey and our sugar. 1/4 cup of sugar. Now, 1/3 and 1/4. I'm having to use a lot of measuring spoons, or measuring cups tonight. So this will be a good 1/4. So 1/4 cup of sugar going right in there. Maggie, she's been out 3 minutes and she's wanting back in. That girl won't do, as they say. Okay, now what else do we need? Honey. Did you find a honey, Mama? Is it in there or is it in here? Where's the... Let's see how much I need. I need 2 tablespoons of honey. Alright. This is going to be easy. It's going to be delicious. Let's give this a stir. Maggie, hold your horses, your queenship. Alright, let's give this a stir. Ooh, this is new honey. This is homegrown honey. Now, folks, y'all know I always measure everything. I'm not going to measure this. I don't like to measure honey or peanut butter. This is brand new or stuck to it once. So look at right here. I want to show you this. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in here because I am a tablespoon expert, certified by the Tablespoon University of Tennessee, and I know exactly what 2 tablespoons of honey is. 1, 2. Check it. It's good. I'm just not going to dirt. I just hate that. Yeah. It's 2 tablespoons of honey. So let's do it. A half a cup of balsamic vinegar, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey. Now, the hardest part. That may have to go big stove. The hardest part of any cooking of salsas to me is always the waiting. It's not really the putting together of.
Let me get this started over here.
You want to take, it's got to reduce to half. Let me see it. So right here's what we start out with. Can y'all see down there? It's a little hard. We're going to reduce this down to half. Mama, don't forget that's on, okay?
Okay.
So that's what we got going on. So this is going to be our glaze, balsamic vinegar glaze. Can't beat that. It's delicious. So now we got our boneless chicken breast over there. 1 teaspoon of y'all's southern, I'll put all this in later. 4 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 12 ounces of cooked pasta noodles. You can use some kind of spiral. And I wrote this, so I wrote it from somewhere at one time. And then it says cherry tomatoes. I ain't got none. So I'm going to use these tomatoes right here. These are just diced tomatoes, large diced. And 2 ounces fresh mozzarella. I don't have fresh mozzarella either. So I'm going to use a white cheese. I know it may not be exact, but folks, you can use what you have.
Have you got the cheese out?
No. Do we have mozzarella though, don't we? No. It's freshly grated right out of that bag. And if it ain't, we got some white cheese in there. Either or. What am I going to do right now on this board? I've got some fresh, delicious basil. Now, caprese means tomato, noodle, and basil salad with olive oil. See, look at that basil. This is fresh right out of our little garden out there. And look at this beautiful purple. Oh. It smells so good. What you got over there, Mama?
There's not enough of this.
You just bought some white cheese yesterday.
It was Italian.
Hey, we'll take that, Mama. We're not pros on taste and profiles.
There is mozzarella, what you
Oh, that's good. I knew there was a little in there.
And I was Italian to finish it up.
So I'm going to cut all this fresh basil up. And I'm mixing the two. They have different little flavor profiles. But they're just wonderful. I love basil. Do y'all like basil? If you don't like basil, skip this part. Look away. Do y'all like basil? Do y'all like purple leaf basil? I found another basil that I want to try. It's a peppery kind. It's a smaller leaf. If I can run across some, I'm going to get me some of it too. Now this is the purple. It's going to be so good with that pasta, folks. Yummy. This is the green. I'm teaching y'all your colors. Y'all see green, don't you? Anyhow, I don't know what else to call it. A professional chef would tell you the basil origin and some more stuff. I don't know. It just come out of Mama's flower pot out there that she's got. We got the herbs in, so it's ready to go.
All you know is the basil part.
All I know is I love basil on some noodles and some olive oil. So this is going to be delicious, and I'm going to add this in the very last thing, but I'm going to get it ready, the very first thing here. Or close to the first thing. I did do the noodles before y'all got here because y'all don't need to watch me cook noodles. Y'all know that little trick. Water, noodles, butter, salt if you want to. If you want to leave that out, you can leave that out. So here's my chopped up basil. You see that. And then that's it. Salt and pepper to taste. I smell the balsamic vinaigrette over there. Glaze. It's going to be wonderful. Now I've been cranked on this. Let's see if I cranked it long enough. I believe I did. Yes, you did, John. Now, I could drain this, and if you have cherry tomatoes, by all means use those, and they would be so good and so fresh, but don't have them. Not going to leave them out because I don't have them. I'm going to substitute. And I encourage you to do that too. Here's the pasta I made. Not only you made half a box of this right here, mini panini, because we'd use it for something else, but this is just, you know, use what you have. If you don't have this, use elbow macaroni. Don't let this knock you out of what you want to do. It's all about the flavor. It's not about the every little detail being perfect, okay? So I'll read you the whole recipe so y'all can write it down. Get your pencil and paper and write this down. So it's called Caprese Chicken Pasta. That's what I'm calling it. You all may correct me, and some of you will. Thank you. 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar. That's what you see me put. And right here it is, and I just used that right there. And 1/4 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of honey, and we just used homegrown honey. This came from Lowe's Branch Ranch, right there, right next door. And it's homegrown honey, not our home, our neighbor's home. Boneless chicken, skinless breast. Use as much as you want. This recipe calls for 11 ounces. I don't know why. 1 teaspoon of y'all's Southern Secret or some garlic powder, because the original said garlic powder. I'm going to use Southern Secret. 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Just a dash. That's what I'm going to use. 12 ounces of cooked pasta noodles. You use penne or spiral as suggested, or elbow macaroni or bow tie macaroni. You do you. 1 cup of cherry tomatoes and half them. I'm going to use a can of diced tomatoes, and I'm not even going to drain it. 2 ounces of fresh mozzarella or the stuff out of the bag, because it's good. And salt and pepper to taste, and that's it. And you cook your chicken, cook your noodles, set them aside, cook your chicken, add it all in together, and then add your seasons, let that set a while. Delicious. It's easy. It's simple. It's supper. It's a wonderful treat. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope y'all are. Let's see what y'all are saying. Good evening, John and Momma. Hello. Is it Cola? How do you say your name? Koula. I hope I didn't just destroy it. I apologize if I did. I'm going to my brother in Massachusetts through Memorial Day weekend. Brian, you have a safe trip if it's a big travel. Memorial Day weekend is here. The start to summer. We want to honor all those who gave so much. That's the number one thing. I love to see the flags on the graves giving honor to those who gave their lives for our freedom. We can do this right here today because somebody died in a battle somewhere to fight for our freedom. And what a wonderful thing that is to honor those people who did it for us. Bring it right here. I think you got it hot enough. We can reduce it right here. Oh, Mama. It has reduced. Look at there. Look at there. It's a glaze now. It's a beautiful look there. That's what you're looking for. You want it to coat your spoon. You want it to be a good glaze. Yeah, I'll set it on there. I don't think it needs to reduce anymore. It's good. It's ready to pour over our pasta at the end. I'm going to turn this little burner off. Do you want to turn that big one on so we can... Whoa! Is that already on?
It's warm.
That lid was on there. It was good and hot. Good thing this is a heat-resistant lid.
Okay, is this chicken?
The chicken's perfect, Mama.
You want me to check the temp?
No. You don't have to temp it because it's perfect. We will put the pasta over here if you want to. Don't you think so?
I don't know.
I think it's good. Let me taste a little. You want to put it in the macro thing for a minute? Mama ain't liking the pasta. It's al dente. She's gonna put it in the pasta cooker. Yeah, I just put it in this pan. I hadn't used the pasta cooker.
Well, we'll just put it back in there. Let it cook.
Now she's decided she might be alright with it. Mama's not an al dente kind of pasta gal, are you, Mama?
No.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this lid. Now that handle is just as cool as a cucumber, but the skillet, this was hot because it's over and a burner that had been turned on. Yeah.
Here, set it over and put it on there.
So what we're going to do, I won't need it. Chicken's done. Look at there, folks. We're going to put this pasta right back in there.
Whoa.
We're going to put these tomatoes right in there. Now this would be prettier. Yes, it would be. If you had your little cherries. Now here goes the Italian seasoning. And I told you the amounts. You do you on those because I'm just putting some in here. I don't think I got this off, Mama. Or it's really hot. This little thing fires up. It fires up. So here goes the Italian seasoning. I'm supposed to put... Let me get my recipe. I'm supposed to put Italian seasoning, 11 boneless, 1 tablespoon garlic, olive oil. I didn't write that down. I know it's in here because I had this before. You put about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of it in there, I believe it says, for the optimal. But I'm telling y'all, I put a shake. So this is Italian seasoning. I cover the top. Y'all notice a lot of times I cover the top because that's the way I like to do it. This is a little bit of oregano. I'm just going to add a little extra bit. Cover that top. When I say cover, I don't mean like a solid blanket. I mean just get a little flavor on everything in the pot. Now this is the place of the garlic powder. This is not garlic powder, but it does have garlic powder in it, and it does have onion powder. It's y'all's, and y'all know we use it. And I'm going to cover.
On?
It's supposed to be.
I hear it says on a little.
We're having technical difficulty with our equipment. There it's on. So that is the seasoning, the profiles. Here comes your olive oil. Quite a bit. It said, what, 3 tablespoons?
Quite a bit.
Mama said that's quite a bit. And that's about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. And that's it, folks. Now, it says salt, pepper to taste. Y'all know we like us some black pepper. So to taste it, I need a little bit. And this is kosher salt. Kosher sea salt. Just putting a little because I cooked my pasta in salt and the water is still in there.
You through with this stuff?
I think so, Mama. I don't think we need any of that. So, let me get my... You can put that there. I'm through with this lid, so don't get burned on it, Mama.
I would spin that.
Huh?
Get it on there and get that good in the hot so your cheese will melt good.
Oh, I'm gonna... It's hot, Mama. Look at her. Look at her. Now here it is, the pasta, the chicken, the tomatoes. No, those aren't cherries, but they are a can of diced, and they will do good, and they are looking good. And I wish there was some way you could smell this, and I won't even say I wish there was smell-o-vision. Mama, I'm going to go a little backwards with this. I'm going to put this mozzarella cheese in here. You put as much as you want. That's the mozzarella. And I'm going to put a little bit of Italian.
They want much of it left in there.
No, they wouldn't much, but that's okay. This has got 4 cheeses in it. Remember, folks, it's yours. Do it the way you want to. Don't ever say, oh, I can't fix that. I just got a little bit of mozzarella. So here is the cheese, the noodles, the chicken, all this goodness right here. Okay? Now I'm going to, just because I love it and I like the looks of it, parsley. Now, Mama, I'm not trying to knock you out of any goodness, but I'm going to give you a little helping of this. Back in this pasta bowl,
Oh.
And I'm going to leave it plain before I put the balsamic glaze. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
And you can dump it.
Ooh, you're getting.
You can dump it in there if you like the balsamic.
You're getting cheesy everywhere.
Oh, it is. You can't beat cheesy for anything.
I don't need no more chicken. I don't think.
Oh, okay. How's that?
That's good. A little messy, but good.
So that's going to be a plain version. Now here comes this beautiful glaze.
You smell it.
Oh, it smells wonderful. Let me see if I can do it backwards. So I'm just going to drizzle the balsamic reduction glaze over all that. Don't want to leave any of this sugary goodness. None of it. Okay. If you want to give that a whittle there, I will
Whittle.
rinse this.
Oh, whittle. I don't know if I got a whittle or not.
What'd you say?
Whittle.
A whittle, just, give it a drag or two.
Did it ever words on it?
Let's do a flyover. Ready? There it is, folks. Yummy. All right, Mom, we're ready to plate. Now, I've not forgotten that basil.
You better let that get a little hotter for the last you put in our tomatoes getting hot.
Oh, I think they was all hot. It was steamy rolling. I believe it's hot. You don't believe it's hot, Mom?
I just said.
It's steaming. Hand me the plate. Switch with me, and I will.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Put all of our little ingredients over here, ready to put them back on the shelf. I've unplugged this, so.
Whoa.
What am I scooting off?
You didn't put the lid on it.
Oh, and the honey? That would have been awful.
Lid come up without the jar.
That's never good. I guess I got honey on it, and I was trying to make sure I didn't make a mess. Mama, you got a drink?
Yeah, I got my tea.
Okay. Let's give it a whirl. You ready?
Move your foot up and let's go.
Let me get me some out. Mama, what we'll do, I'm going to get some out. You taste of it, and then you decide if you want plain or if you want the other. Just a little bit of basil. Now there it is, folks. Looks like downtown. Let's bless it. We'll try it. I'm excited.
Oh, I better have my cup. It's Friday night. Don't have to worry. I'm drinking
Some y'all's sweet tea.
peach tea.
Yeah. I put the basil on top of here.
I'll say that over here the other way.
Let it warm up a little bit. All right, Mom, we'll bless it. And you can decide how you're going to go with it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for the opportunity to take it for our bodies, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just ask you to be with each and every prayer request that's out there, every need, dear Lord. We pray that you'll pray for it, that you'll answer it, dear Lord, as they pray. And dear Lord, we just ask for all the unspoken prayer requests as well. Lord, be with our country, be with our nation. Watch over us, lead and guide and direct us in all that we do. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Mom, why don't you taste this first?
I'll just get me a little bite out
Okay.
of the noodles and all of that.
And I'll tell you if you're going to like it. Probably I'll know. I think you'll like it.
You think I'll like it?
Mm-hmm. That balsamic reduction is sweet, tasty.
Yeah, it is good.
It's good, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to put this in there and stir it in?
Wait, I'll see how that tasted. Don't mix it. Don't mix it yet.
It'll be better, this I believe, Mama. But I never like to go all the way with something until I'm sure you got something to eat. Folks, this tastes just like you get in a restaurant. This is delicious. You've seen how easy it was. Mmm. It's just absolutely delicious. I mean, it really does taste like something you order in a restaurant and they come and bring it to your table and serve you. What are you thinking, Mama?
Well, I ain't tried it without it yet.
I'm going to fool right around and make Mama a spice lover.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Which is the best?
I believe the one with the vinegar is the best.
I believe it is too, Mama. I believe it is too. I'll do a little sample without, but I'm going to tell you, I can tell you right now, the glaze makes the meal, and it was so super simple, folks. You ready to go back?
Yeah.
Folks, you've seen history made right here. Mama turned down the plain for the little bit of spice. This will be easy to incorporate. I'll tell you right now, we've been trying to cut down on leftovers.
That's a lot.
But I'm excited to have this leftover. Let's do another flyover. There it is. That is it. This is Caprese Chicken Pasta.
Say that again.
Caprese? Caprese? Did I say it wrong?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's good. Try it, folks. You won't be disappointed if you like this kind of thing. Would you like me to serve you, Mama?
I just want a little piece of chicken or a pork.
Let me.
That's a big piece.
Well, they're all the same, Mama. Mama, tell me about this reduction. Was it nothing like you thought?
No.
And it's what? Sweet, tangy, deliciousness?
Yeah, it's tangy, but it's got sweetness to it too.
Delicious. Absolutely.
Makes you kind of on the thing of thinking about sweet and sour chicken.
It would be a good sweet and sour sauce. In this chicken, it is so tender and so delicious. Even the pasta is cooked good. Even though you thought it was a little al dente, didn't you?
It is a little al dente for me. But I like mine mushy, you know.
You like yours mush. It won't hardly hold up in this kind of meal. So, is this that we can fix it again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she said. Folks, this is a one-pot wonder that only takes 2 pots to fix. Well,
3.
I made the pasta in the same pot, and I poured it up in a bowl, and that's what it said to do. So, and then I fried the chicken in the same pot. But that reduction, you do need to put it in there so you can reduce it down. In its own little pan. And it's absolutely delicious. The honey, the sugar, and the vinegar. What a combo. What a delicious combo. Pretty good, ain't it, Mama?
Yeah.
Now, folks, I know when you hear something like Caprese pasta, chicken pasta, you want to think, oh, I ain't fooling with that. I just want to fix a plain old meal. This is plain and simple, and it's easy. And that little reduction was easy to make. 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar, a fourth of a cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of honey. And it made a wonderful sauce. And the chicken, you just fry chicken tenders. That's all I did. Put a little olive oil in there and fried my chicken tenders. And then on top of that, I just made pasta. And then add it all together and put you some cherry tomatoes if you have them. If you don't, open you up a can of diced. Put the whole thing in there. There's no sense of draining it. And a little bit of olive oil. Your seasons, Italian seasonings. I put the oregano in there. You don't have to. You can just stick to Italian seasoning. And I put the y'all's Southern Secret in there because I like it. But you could just put a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder if you want to. But I substituted for that. So what are y'all saying? Oh, it's flowers. Sounds so good. We'll try it. It is good. I'll give you the recipe. And y'all seen how I done it. So if I made changes, you can pick up on it. So for the balsamic reduction, Mama, I want you in there. It's a half a cup of balsamic vinegar, a fourth of a cup of white granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey. You do boneless chicken, however much you want. This says 11 ounces. Just get you a pack of chicken tenders and fix them. And all I did to them is olive oil and browned them. That was it. All I did to the pasta was pasta, butter, salt, until it was al dente. That was it. Set it to one side. After you get your chicken brown, dump your pasta in there on top of it. Then I put the can of tomatoes diced in there. If you want to use cherry, you use cherry. It'd be prettier. And I put, and then all you would have to do is, I just covered the top with Italian seasoning. I don't see the Italian seasoning on here, but I know it had Italian seasoning in it. And salt and pepper to taste, and you can use mozzarella or white cheese, or you could leave the cheese out. I'm believing you could leave the cheese out, actually. And that was it. And all you do is just make your glaze. You put your half a cup of balsamic, your fourth cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey, and reduce it to half. When you have half as much as you started with, you're ready to go. Let it come to a boil. And that's it. And add it on last or right before you do your cheese. I think the recipe says to drizzle the glaze, then add the cheese. But so Mama could try the plain, I done it the reverse. Don't really think it matters because the cheese is melted.
Oh, it's melted already.
This will be good just with chicken. That balsamic glaze.
Yeah.
Delicious supper, folks. Absolutely delicious. So y'all give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Mm-hmm.
It's good.
When Mama says it's good, and yeah, we'll fix it again. That's like a 5-star review, y'all.
I don't think it's that good. 5 stars.
Hey, John and Momma, hope you're having a great weekend. Martha, we hope you are too. Gonna fix tater tot casserole tonight. Donna, you won't believe it, but I even looked at that today and I thought a good tater tot casserole would be good, or a hash brown casserole. Either one of those. Mama loves hash brown casserole. And yes, we make hash brown casserole and eat like it's just the meal.
We're bad for that.
We're crazy, we do that. I think I'd half the sugar and the honey. Molly, you could. Remember, it's yours. Do it however you want to, but it's pretty good, Molly, with all that sugar and honey in it. Oh, hey, Ms. Nola. Nola will put your recipes up. When you put in your sugar canister. Oh, did I?
What?
I probably did.
The tablespoon.
Cindy says I put the fourth of a cup of sugar measure in the sugar canister.
That's how my tablespoons gets gone sometimes.
It's a true story.
I will check it when I start washing.
Thank you,
this.
Cindy.
Thank you so much.
You got me out of trouble because she'd be, what did you do with that?
Good thing I got 2 sets over there.
Pork loin, mashed potatoes, fresh half rounders.
Ooh.
Kim Gardner, you do not have fresh half rounders already, do you? Did you buy them or did you grow them? If you grew them, you've done good. Kathy says T-bone baked potato and spinach salad. Oh, that sounds good too, Kathy. A little late joining. Have leftover fried potatoes and ham biscuits. Ooh, that sounds good too. Ham biscuits is good for supper.
Ham biscuits is good.
Thank you, Raymond. We appreciate you being here. Okay, Peggy says in a dry rub beef brisket in the oven for 5.5 hours at 300. Sheila, that sounds good. Are y'all getting ready for the Memorial Day weekend picnic? You already started cooking for it? We're going to cook tomorrow for our family reunion on Sunday. Just because macaroni salad, potato salad, all that tastes better. We may do baked beans Sunday morning because it's usually we do those first thing. But the macaroni potato salad, we'll probably fix it tomorrow unless Mama says, no, we'll just get up early Sunday morning and do it all. Whenever we do it, we'll try to let you all watch. You'll have to keep me and Mama from fighting because she'll be mad at me
I might be in my gown early Sunday morning.
You just make us see her in her gown, she says. She'll be telling me. Okay. Had a salad, Francis, that's good. I crave salad sometimes. I should crave it every day. Have a great weekend, Patty, you too.
Yeah.
What happened to Maggie's leg? She's got arthritis. Of course, she got hit by a car about 3 years ago, or 3.5 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Maybe 4. It healed up and did fine, and then she started having problems with it. Headed to Tennessee for our family get together at Dollywood.
Ooh.
Well, Gary Kirk, that sounds like fun. We're froze, Teresa. We probably was a while ago because it was dialing.
It was froze up here.
Hi, John and Momma. Hey, Link, how are you? My birthday is tomorrow, and I treated myself to a T-bone steak tonight.
Wow,
love your videos, Cheryl. Everybody say put some happy birthday hearts up there for Cheryl.
Happy birthday.
Cheryl, you look over there, and all them hearts coming up is going to be just for you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cheryl.
You deserve a treat.
That's exactly right. Get ready for my granddaughter's graduation tonight with Sherry. What a wonder. This May is full of graduation celebrations and all those fun things. Then Memorial Day weekend kind of opens the door to summer, and everybody kicks off and says, hey, we're here for summer. It's good. And then, technically in our zone, you can plant anything now. We shouldn't have any more frost. Everything should be good. So everything's in full bloom and planting and carrying on, as they say. Somebody asked me one time, said, John, why do you say carrying on all the time? What does that mean? And I said, first of all, I don't think I say it all the time, but maybe I do.
You kind of do.
Carrying on is just, I guess the way of ending the sentence was saying, having fun or getting out and doing stuff or whatever. I'll say, there's over there carrying on. Or I'll even say, come over to the house and we'll eat and maybe play some games or something. Just carry on. All right. It's just a southern thing. It just means we're going to be having some good, clean fun. Just carrying on.
Just talking about games. You know what I found yesterday in the basement?
I don't know.
Pickup sticks. We was just talking about them the other day.
Oh.
Your old pickup stick.
Mama used to make me play them. I think that was her way of getting me settled down.
You'd get aggravated because you moved them.
I don't even remember how you play.
You pick up the one that you're going to pick up. It's kind of like a...
You have colors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to... How do you know?
Well, I forgot now, but we picked them up. But if you move the one, any of the others, you've lost your turn. You just pick up...
What a harsh game.
It's like that what is it?
Jenga?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like Jenga, Mama.
No, but you have to keep your one.
Takes a steady hand. Is that the commercial for pickup sticks?
No, I don't think. I don't remember. So the container's a little rough.
I remember that commercial.
But I seen them. I thought we was just talking about them a while back.
When you're an only child,
I played with you all the time.
Somebody gonna have to play with you. And I'd always want to play Monopoly or something. Mom said, let's play some pickup sticks.
You have to have the different skills, handling, steadiness.
Takes it steady. There was a commercial that used to be some game, and it says, is that Operation?
Oh, yeah, Operation.
That's Operation. Do y'all remember Operation?
You loved Operation.
I loved Operation. If I still got my Operation.
But I don't think it buzzes or works.
Mama, it could.
What?
Old things still are valuable, Mama.
What was it I always had such a hard time? The wishbone?
The wishbone. Do y'all remember, some of y'all are there, what is he talking about? It was a plastic red, about that thick, and it had a picture of a man on it, a cartoon looking guy, and he had bones all in little holes.
Hearts and...
Heart, funny bone, wishbone. It was just, it had metal. I guess this game could be illegal now. I don't know. But it had metal around it, and if you had metal tweezers, and you would reach in there and grab that bone, and if the metal
would light up.
that metal of the tweezers hit the metal anywhere around that bone, you'd go, and his nose would light up. You killed him or something.
You messed up the operation.
You drew a card, and it told you which bone you had to get, and there was some you really didn't want to get. I remember. I think wishbone was one of them. It was real narrow. I think that was it. Some of them was real easy. Seems like the heart, you could stick the thing in the middle of the heart and you could just get it real easy. I don't remember exactly. Do y'all remember Operation Game? You can still buy Operation at Walmart? Gloria? Mama, I want an Operation Game.
You want it for Christmas?
Can you still, does it still go, is it still metal on metal? Electrocute small children?
Oh, it didn't electrocute.
Still got mine, and you can still buy it. Well, Martha, I'm so glad I'm out of touch.
What about Granny's favorite game?
Aggravation. You can still get aggravation.
You can.
Mm-hmm. My granny, she was just so funny. And she had this little thing, and so I do it whenever we play any kind of game. She did a little, and I would say, Granny, you casting a spell on it? And she'd say, don't you worry about it. When she got ready for her turn,
she's left-handed too.
She was left-handed. This is my left, by the way. I know you all think it's the opposite. This is right. This is left. Anyhow, she'd go to pick up the dice because you had to roll an aggravation, and she'd go before she picked them up. Don't know why, but she'd always take her finger like this before she'd pick them up. She'd pick them up, and then she'd move however many she's supposed to. But she always done that little
thing before.
And I said, Granny, you casting a spell on that? Don't you worry about it. I'll show you right now a spell. And she'd move. Now see there? There's a spell.
She won a lot.
She was good at games. My granny could play games.
She loved checkers. She could beat a lot of men around in there.
And there was a move in checkers called britches. Y'all know that move? I don't, but my granny used to say, I got britches on you now. I said, Granny, what's that mean? Just move and I'll show you right now in a minute. You go ahead and... There was none of that. Now, back in my day, Gen Xers, there was none of that, oh, as a kid, let them win. You earned it or you didn't get it. I mean, not that everybody else don't earn. I'm just saying, in my household, I'd move and she'd say, yep, now what's this? She'd take all my pieces. I said, what was that, britches? Yes, it was britches.
You had to know what life was about. Losing is part of life.
It is, Mama.
A big part of life.
I thank you for abusing me in board games. And pickup sticks.
My grandma would play Chinese checkers, and she loved it. She was really good.
Do y'all know what Chinese checkers are? It's the board with the a star, and it's got different colored marbles, and you have. I can't do it. My mind don't.
Grandma would play, and she'd say, "Come on, play with me," and you'd move. No, don't do that. You need to do this.
Granny would do the same thing, except she wouldn't tell you what you needed to do. You're gonna see. You'll be sorry of that in a minute.
And Grandma would. It was just like sometimes you're just sitting across from her. She'd play in both hands.
Oh, you was just the puppet in the middle.
Because she'd say, oh, no, don't do that. You'll get messed up.
Did you ever win, Mama?
Huh? If she'd played, I would. If I was just sitting there.
Hi-Ho Cheerio. I don't remember that one, Joanne.
Yeah, Hi-Ho Cheerio. We had it. You
Did
had
you?
it.
Did I?
I think so.
Love Chinese checkers, Rose said.
Yeah.
Mama tried to teach me later on, and I never could get the concept of the Chinese checkers. Now, regular checkers, I kind of got a little bit of that, but my granny had moves. But now, see, my granny owned a grocery store, just a little bitty, not probably any bigger than this kitchen. Had a old buck stove in it, and people would come in and gather around that stove. She had a counter, probably a shelf, kind of like probably what you see on the Waltons. Had a shelf behind her with some canned stuff, and she would buy stuff weekly from the people. They had pop and, just almost like a little concession stand these days. But it was enough to get you by. She sewed taters and onions and all those kind of things. And people would come in there, and of course there was a checkerboard around the fireplace, and they would sit and play checkers, and Granny was a pro.
She was champion.
I can't remember some of the other moves, but they had moves. The moves had names. Like britches. I just remember britches. Some of you checker experts. Light Bright was fun. Brandy, Light Bright was one of my favorite things, and I'll tell you why, because I could do it myself. And you buy these black pieces of paper with little X's on them, and they would have W for white, B for blue, whatever. And it was a light box, and it had a grid of holes, and you put a piece of black construction paper over it with a design on it, and you would take these little plastic, kids would choke on them now, they would probably say it wasn't safe, and you'd pin them in there, and it would light up, because it was coming through the back of that box. And when you got through, you had a beautiful picture. But I didn't like it, because I always had to tear my picture up to get it off from there, and then you couldn't hang it nowhere. But it was pretty what was there. But I would make real pretty pictures, and I'd leave them in there a week, and I'd plug it up at night. Then I'd get tired of that, and then I'd pull all those little pegs out.
Battleship is one that we used to play.
Battleship. Me and Daddy used to play Battleship. Daddy loved Battleship.
So he kind of cheated sometimes.
Dad would line his ships up all the way across the board in one straight line. When you're playing Battleship, you have to guess, and it's a grid, like B12, B8, B9. So you're looking up there, and this ship's got 5 things to sink it. Well, you get to 5, and you say, did I sink it? Nope. You get to 6. Nope. 7, 8. Dad, there's not that many on any ship. Just keep going. Well, you'd be sinking it both ways. You'd be on half on one ship, half on another. Then he'd say, "You sunk my battleship," or you'd say, so you go back and you're like, the battleship don't have 8 holes. No matter. He would never tell you, and it took me a while to figure out his way of doing it. He'd pile them up in the very middle. You just have a hole. He was sneaky. But I do remember playing Battleship with him. If I wanted him to play a game, he'd say, get Battleship, we'll play Battleship.
And he loved for you to draw on the Etch-a-Sketch. See which
he
one
did like the
best.
Etch-a-Sketch. See, I like the Etch-a-Sketch, and I had this other little thing that was round, and it was gold. It had gold powder in it, and you had a joystick. That was for electricity, evidently. It was even before Atari games, but anyhow, that was the game, and you had a little thing in it you could draw on that dome. It was kind of fun. I forget what it was called. It was
the only Atari game that I ever got good at and liked was Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Do y'all remember Pac-Man Atari?
I couldn't play all those.
Could you imagine kids today playing on Atari with? Now you can see sweat on their heads. The characters on the videos and everything, they're just so realistic. I mean, a little square white dot with a leg that goes up and down. Could you imagine them playing with a square ball?
They wouldn't play with it.
Or combat.
The ghost always eat me.
Pac-Man. Nothing realistic about them. They were just little, made out of square. Everything was made out of a square. lens of glasses. I don't know what that one is. Not breakfast usually. Scrabble was my favorite. Yeah, Scrabble, Martha. I remember that. Oh my, I remember that too. Making
Sorry game. We played
mustaches on that guy's face. Yes, Gina. Fuzzy, Mr. Fuzzy, was that his name?
Yeah, that was the cardboard man.
It was cardboard. You get them at the TG and the Y. When you go to TGY, you get your Mr. Fuzzy and you play with it. Your screen was scratched up, or plastic was scratched up, and it was magnet dust in there or something. Mm-hmm. You had a little wand and you could move all those magnets and
make it appear and hair and
yeah. I think it was his name. Yeah, that was some good times. Love the video game Frogger. Oh, that was high tech. Frogger was better than basketball or combat or any of those.
Too complicated.
Frogger was like, cars going and stuff. It was high tech. Frogger was. Trouble. I remember Trouble. Had a big old
dome in the middle you hit.
Yeah, it had is Trouble the one that had the robot looking thing stood up on the board and you pulled his leg back and he would kick? Trouble.
No, that was
Clobber.
Clobber, I think, or something.
I can't remember.
Trouble had the plastic dome you pushed on him.
This will take some of y'all way back. Do y'all remember? I can't remember the name of it, but it was a rack and you put blue or put white ice cubes in it, solid, and then you took hammers and you hit them. And I think the thing was to not break the ice or something, and you couldn't knock it down, but you could. And whoever knocked it down was in big trouble. That was the loser.
They lost.
Me and hubby still so competitive with Scrabble. Are you, Gina? I had one of those Mr. Fuzz. Yes, Martha. I mean, you go to the TGNY, which for you newbies, TGNY was our Walmart in our generation. If you went to TGY and Hex,
that's what we had.
That's what we had here. TGY and Hex. I've still got a clock, and this is no lie. I can't prove it, so don't ask me. But I've got a clock, an alarm clock, that I keep in my bedroom, and it's plugged up, and it still works, that I bought at Hex.
It's 100 years old.
Mama. It's 30 years old, at least. No, 30 wouldn't hardly get it old enough. It'd probably be about 38 years old. And I bought it on a sale at Hex, and it's still in my bedroom. And I use it just so it's bright, and I look at it at night. And, I look at my phone. I'm like all the rest of y'all. I use my phone for my alarm. But sometimes I don't want to get my phone and, touch it. I can just glance over at that alarm clock. I don't use it for the alarm. But it will alarm. But it's that old. We don't waste nothing.
How old we are.
We're old, Mama.
I reckon so.
Oh, what a wonderful trip down memory lane. Battling Tops. I don't know what that one is, Susan. Canasta. You play Canasta?
I never did play that.
We played here at this house because my daddy loved Rook. Now, he was a deacon at the First Baptist at the Oswego Baptist Church, and we didn't gamble. But now we could play cards. We could play rummy and rook. Wasn't no betting, just rummy and rook, and Old Maid, and those little games back in the day that were fun. And he loved rook better than eating a bologna sandwich. He loved rook, and we would get together and play rook. Mama's sister was a night owl. She didn't even go to bed till the sun come up. I used to know she was a vampire. And she would get up a rook game about 8:30 at night on a Friday night or even a Saturday night. And I guarantee you, before you got to go home, you'd have to eat a Hardee's biscuit, because you didn't go home till daylight. And somebody would say, somebody run to town to get us a biscuit. I'm hungry. You'd still be sitting there playing rook. And she could play rook. And me and her partnered a lot because we could read each other. And we had some good rook games. Some of my favorite memories is back in the day sitting around a rook table. What memories? Good times.
You and my sister, youngest brother's wife.
Rock'em sock'em robots.
Young's used to cheat.
Huh?
Sue and you used to cheat. What color of shirt is that, Johnny?
That ain't cheating. It's just inquiring minds want to know.
What is that on you? Is that blue on you?
That sure is a pretty green shirt you're wearing, should say. Rook's got colors in it, and those are your trump colors, and they take anything on the board. So you have to bid, and you got to have a pretty good hand to carry the hand. So if you had a partner, you might have 4 or 5 that would carry, but you wanted to make sure you had a few more. You was kind of filling it out before you bid too high. You're like, that's a pretty green shirt you're wearing. You say, it sure is. I love green. No matter how you felt about green shirts. And if that meant I got some green, we're okay. But if you said, yeah, I don't care for green.
That's cheating.
Yeah, I don't like this green shirt. That meant I ain't got no green. You on your own. We didn't do it every hand, just sometimes, just for fun. They all knew what we was doing. And my aunt, they invented something. You have a bet of 180.
That's shoot to the moon.
The highest you can go is 180. So you get up there at 150, 160. My aunt would say, shoot the moon. That meant I'm taking it for 180. And that means you had to have a perfect hand. You had to get every point. And she'd shoot the moon, and that meant I got this.
And most times she did.
Most times she did. Most times she didn't need a partner. Most times she could take care of it, but she had it ready if she needed it. Don't ask me how we got off on memory lane.
I was talking about pickup sticks, seeing them down there.
Good times.
My fault. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, Mama. That's my favorite thing, is chasing rabbits.
Yeah.
We got plenty of leftovers. Plenty.
Oh, well, yeah.
Look at there. Mama, that'll be good for lunch tomorrow. Good times, good times. I didn't mean to make much, and that was just a little half a box of pasta. And
I'm glad it was. You'd have fixed the whole box.
5 or 6 chicken. 5 or 6 pieces of chicken. Tenders.
It's just probably 2 chicken breasts cut.
War. I remember that game. It was intense. It took a while, didn't it? Hi, John and Momma. How is the garden? How's the weather? The weather, we've had a little rain today. Thank goodness we need it. Going to work in the garden this weekend. Are you, Alice? You be careful out there. Well, I never did play marbles much.
I did.
Mama did. Aggies and all kinds of stuff I've heard about. That's a marble, evidently. I'm catching you late. Do you have a recipe for buttermilk pie? Angela, Britt, I have one. Somebody gave me. We've never made it. It's like vinegar pie. I've got a buttermilk pie recipe and a vinegar pie recipe, but I've never made either of those. But I'd love to make both of them. Buttermilk pie, and it's a Southern tradition, and that's one reason I want to make it. We'll make those sometimes, just so I can check that off my list of things I want to make sometime. It's a buttermilk pie and a vinegar pie. So once we get that together, Angela will share it with y'all. Mama, have you ever made either of those? Did Mama ever make them?
No.
They say they're both delicious. I've had vinegar pie. It's like a cream pie. It's very tasty. Nothing like you think. Swedish meatballs. Ooh, that sounds good. Game of Life. Kim, I remember Life. We played Life. It was a step down from Monopoly. If you didn't have time to do Monopoly, well, let's just play Life. had the car. My favorite thing is because you had cars. I was a big Hot Wheels fan. I've still got my Hot Wheels. It's still in their case. I'll show them to you sometime. I hope I don't act a fool, though, because when I start seeing them I'll be over here going, Mama, you go ahead with the video. I'm going to play. You had little cars and you went up over that bridge. Can you remember that? And that little mountain, it was a little plastic raised up area. Now, you have to remember, that was when board games was just flat board games folded in 3 or 2 folds or 3 folds. When they came out with Life, and it actually was 3D. Yes, we called it 3D then because it was raised up off the board. That was amazing.
I never did play Life with you. The boys played Life with you.
Yeah, little stick people, literally sticks. They were just sticks with a round top. They were pink and blue. And as you went through life, you would get a baby girl or a baby boy or sometimes twins. And you had a car that held 6. If you got over 6, you just had to lay them sideways. Just lay them sideways in there and play on. It was kind of like the real world then because we didn't do car seats, seat belts, or none of that stuff. In fact, most of my life, I laid up in the back windshield or the back window.
When you was little, you'd stand up by me and I'd hold you with my... I drove left-handed and held you like this.
It was nothing to go down the road and see a kid laying in the back of a window. That was just normal. Tried that in Florida. Did Mama ever cook shepherd's pie at school? Not at school, Preston, but we've made it here before. I hated having kids all the time. Laugh out loud. Bridget, on Life, it was rough, wasn't it? Because you'd have to pay for them. One kid you'd draw them cards, and there's all kinds of stuff that come up unexpected, like braces and stuff.
It's Life.
It was Life, and you had to pay money for them. Good evening, John and Momma from North Carolina. Hey, Sue Elliott, how are you? Some of the Hot Wheels are valuable. Jackie, they're all valuable. They're wonderful. I love Hot Wheels. I remember one time I didn't know, I was young, and I didn't know different cars or whatever. Dad was looking at them, and he said, now this is a good one right here. And I said, this one right here is my favorite, and it was a Corvette. He said, well, that would be your favorite. He said, but this one right here is my favorite, and it was a silver Mercedes. I didn't know what a Mercedes was, but when Dad told me it was, that car right there would be worth a lot of money if you had to buy it today. Well, then it became one of my new favorites. I drove that little silver one around me on the roads. I never did take him out in the dirt, though.
You had the ones you played outside, but
They were not. They were...
matchboxes and different things.
And some of them were them old metal ones that were hollow. That had just 4 wheels, and that was the ones we played in the mud. And we had a bank out back, and we would dig holes back in there in tunnels, and we would start up here. We'd shoot it down that tunnel, it'd roll down through there and come out the bottom. Yeah, that was a kid living then. We would stay out there playing like that all the time. We loved it. Back in the day. Mama, we better go and let these folks go.
Yeah. We got things.
I'm wore out after walking down memory lane.
You are. Did that tire you out?
No, but we went a long ways back.
I reckon we did.
Back to pickup sticks. Now that was a fur piece.
And I love Bob Jacks.
I never did play Bob Jacks.
You never played Bob Jacks.
Mm-mm. That wasn't mine. You used to tell me about them. I remember one time you bought some and you played them, and I would watch you, and I was amazed how. Didn't you say something like onesies, twosies, threesies?
Yeah, you picked up ones, and then you put them in the garage. Hold your hand like this, and have to put them in there, catch the ball and stuff.
She said, "I'm going for my twosies, going for my threesies," and I always thought that was funny. I do remember you playing them.
I used to play Bob Jacks a lot. We did a lot of things playing.
I did too, but not Bob Jacks. Folks, we're going to go before we get on another trail. There's so many trails we could get off on. Y'all have a blessed night. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. And it's Memorial Day weekend.
Have a great one. Have a safe one by all
Have a
means.
safe Memorial Day. And honor a vet. Honor someone who gave it. You know, flags. They put flags in the cemetery. They've been doing that this weekend already, today. So, thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Have a wonderful night and day tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.